Hello friends, so today I am going to demo you regarding Form CI, which is right now available in public preview. So I'll be sharing this URL in the description. It's a nice post. I would suggest you to go through it. So right now I'm going to navigate it to my cloud orchestrator. So here you would be seeing something like document understanding tab. But in case you don't see it, I would suggest you to go to admin. Then I would suggest you to go to tenants. Here you click on three dots, you would see tenant settings. Click over here and just tick this checkbox, document understanding. You would be good to see the tab document understanding. So once we navigate to this document understanding, so I would create a project. You would see click new project. I will just give the name Forms AI, and I'll click on create. And if you see right now we have created the project. uh, so I will create a document type. So if you see, I have actually the samples over here. These are the samples which is provided in that post, UiPath post. So I have to taken those samples. So these are 4506 forms. So let me just give them. So once you have this, you navigate to the so if you see here, if you first, what I would suggest, will upload the documents here. So I am going to upload. So it's been suggested like let's say the quite a good, like more the good number it's better, so it should be above like 2 3 or more documents. More the documents is better. So if you, because in this it would be automatically would be getting trained, uh, the extractor would be getting trained from the documents which we are uploading, as well as the values we would be suggesting, okay, this is correctly extracted, this is not correctly extracted, which I would be showing you further. So right now I have taken the uh, five forms which are of type 4506. So these are all let's say this form type, and there are 5 6 variations of it, so that we can train it better. So I have uploaded those things. Well, click on next. So it will take some time as it is analyzing those uh, forms. It would be based upon its own internal algorithm. It might be extracting the data, and I'll probably show you that screen which would come up after this. So if you see, those uh, forms have been uploaded, and I'll click on next, and you would see each document appearing here. So if you see, this is the information it has extracted automatically. Like if you see the name, it has extracted Andrew Watson. It has extracted the first social security number. Ideally it should have extracted 781 50580, but instead of that it has extracted one, I believe, Then the second security number, it has extracted 2. So you can see it has extracted certain things incorrectly also, which we would be fixing it also. And if you see address, current address, it has extracted correctly. Even the previous address, it is able to extract. And let's see. So we'll focus over here. We'll try to delete the other fields. Let me just, for the ease of use, let me just delete those. So if you click on that pencil button, you will get something like delete option. So I'll actually, let me show you again. If you click on this button, you'll click delete. So just for the convenience purpose, let's, so if you see, we have this, and instead of let me delete second security, because if you see other documents, let's say I am navigating to the page number second. So if you see over here, we can click on predict, but prior to that, what I would do is we'll try to correct certain details. And let me just do one thing. Let me correct this. Let me remove this also, second social security number. And so this so if you see, I'll click on add fields, and let's say I deleted it, but let me recreate it so that you can come to know there are certain limitations on the naming conventions, like it should be below 24 characters, uppercase won't work, so you might have to take care of those things. So let's say first I'll just give the same name, first social number. Okay, I'll click on OK. Now what does it, so if you see there are something known as shortcut key. So in this case F, so the use of it is uh, the major purpose of it is, let's say I select this value, I'll just say this is the value, and if I click on the same shortcut key which was F, you would see it appears over here. So right now I am telling the algorithm to use for first social number, please use the value which is coming in the form over here. And as of now I don't see a phone number, but no worries. uh, let's see if the other documents have it. So let's first see, is this got print. So let me navigate to the second form, and I will click on, if you see, predict button. So let's see if it's able to correctly identify the one which we have made correction on, the first social number. So if you see, it has correctly identified the new field. So we suggested algorithm to use this data which is coming over here as a first social number. So let's go to the third, and so if you see here, it's a phone number is available. So let me just create one more custom field. uh, it's like mobile number, and if you see, what is the shortcut key for it is M. So what I will do is I will select this particular region and I will press M. So you can see it's highlighted over here. Let's click on predict. Let's see if it's able to predict rest other values correctly or not. So let me just define it over here. This is name. Since I defined mobile number as an extra field over here, because that was not available in the first two uh, instances of these forms. The current address, so I'll click F over here so that it's a first social number. Then I have my current address, and for current address the shortcut key is C. You can see these numbers over here. For previous address, the key is to be pressed is, once you select it, you just have to press P key. So you can see that will be there. So let's see, let's move to the fourth, because let's even the fourth form has mobile number, I believe. And let's see if it's trained with the, so right now let's check this. Yeah, even here the mobile number is there. All the five fields which we are using here are available in this instance. So let's run it across this also. I am clicking on the predict. So you can see it is able to correctly identify the name, the first social security number, your current address, your previous address, and at the last mobile number also. So what I'll do, I'll publish this and I'll give the name as 4506T extractor name, and let's give forms AI, and I'm just publishing it. So it says okay, this symbol is not allowed. So this is important. You can copy the endpoint and keep it. Actually you can um, or I will show you, even if you don't copy it, I'll show you the way. There's nothing, but I'll suggest you to take a, just copy this. I'll click on close and will navigate to uh, my UiPath Studio. So we'll try to use it um, as a I'll show you using the document understanding. So if you would be aware, and there are videos where we have showcased you how we would be using the document understanding, but let me give you a brief idea about it. So the two important packages which we would be using is, number one, UiPath document understanding .ml .activities, and the second one which I would require would be UiPath .intelligent OCR .activity. So if you read through them, in this one you would get a machine learning extractor which we would be using, if you see over here, and I'll show you why we would be using it. And then as you know, we would require certain things like taxonomy, digitizing the document. So all those things would be available in this package. So I have installed these two packages. These are available on UiPath official, and in interest of time I have installed these two packages. I have already brought those samples which I uploaded there, all the 5 samples over here, and in the interest of time. And so let me first start with the document understanding. So in a document understanding, the foremost thing which you do is you define a taxonomy. So I am clicking here on taxonomy manager in the studio. If you see, I have clicked over here in the taxonomy manager. So you can see taxonomy manager has opened now. So let me just delete this in the interest of this thing. Let me just show you from the starting itself only. I'll cover this portion also quickly. So we can say let's define a group. Let's do same thing, forms AI. Let's click on the save. So category, I think so it's so these forms are actually, if you see, so it's something like request for transcript of take return. So this is something, these forms are something related to what I believe it's related to finance, because it involves related to treasury and revenue services. So In a broad category, if you say it's something related to finance, so I would just say finance kind of a category. And under that I will just define a document type. Sorry, under that I will define a document type. Let's say the form is 4506T. So, and here I am going to define all the fields which I want to extract. So I will use all the, if let me navigate to my cloud orchestrator. So here if you see in the document understanding, I am extracting these 5 fields. So name, current address, previous address, first social number and the mobile number. So let's create these over here also. I'll just quickly give name and I'll select here name, then current address, I'll select address here, click on save. I'll say previous address, and you have first social security number, let it be text only because it has hyphen in middle, and here I have next is mobile number, let it be just number. So if you see I have already defined the 5 fields. So now my taxonomy portion is done. And what I'll probably suggest you, just to in the interest of time, I won't be since there is only one document type which we have loaded, so I would be skipping the classification step. I would be just using this document ID directly. So I'll just copy it, and you can keep it just below it as a reference. I'll probably tell you where to use it also, but just remember, like, I have copied this document ID from here. I am closing the taxonomy manager and I'll navigate to my studio, and here I will go to activities. Here under app integration you should be able to find document understanding, and here I would say first thing usually you would is load taxonomy. So because we have already defined a taxonomy in the taxonomy manager, let me just create a output variable. I'll just give the name as taxonomy only. Okay, so I'll just give I just created the variable. Post that once you have loaded the taxonomy, you have to digitize the document. So here I'll be using the UiPath OCR. So document path. So let me just do one thing. Let me drag and drop assign, and let me just pick one of the forms path. Actually, let's take the third one itself, or we can choose the fifth one, the last one. Let's, because till now we have not explored it. So I believe this also has it also has mobile number. So yeah, it has all the fields, so it would be a good thing to run against. So let me just copy the path. Just in the interest of time, I would be hard coding the part, but it's not suggested as a good practice. And so I will just pass here the doc path. What is the I'll create the output variable with the same name doc text, and the document object model DOM I will just do. I have to create it, and then you have so here I'll be using the UiPath OCR. So I'm just typing over here OCR, and I'll use the UiPath document OCR. So this would require the API key. So what I'll do, I'll actually open in a new tab. go to organization settings, or actually I'll go to licenses, and here I'll go to robots and services. I'm just copy the my key. So now the next thing is, after digitizing the document, the next thing is data extraction. So I would be skipping the data classification scope, because as of now we don't want to, since we already have, as I told you in the taxonomy manager, we already had only one document type, which is 4506 form. If we would have been multiple, then we would have used classification also. We would have done the classification, but now I'll just, since there is one, I'll directly move to the data extraction portion of it, and I'll be using directly using the document ID, which I copy, as I showed you when I was doing a taxonomy. I copy pasted, I took a copy of this document ID, so I'll be using this over here. So let's look for data extraction scope. So I just drag and drop data extraction scope. I'll pass the required values like doc path, doc text, document object model DOM, and taxonomy. So here I will just copy paste it here directly, the thing document ID over here. So, and I'll just create a variable extracted results, and as I told you, I'll be using the machine learning extractor. So if you go to extractors, you expand this, you would see something known as machine learning extractor. I'll be using it over here. So for that only we installed that package. I'll show you. I took a copy of it, endpoint, which we copied in Forms AI. I'm using that, but in case if you would have lost this thing also, no need to worry, I'll probably show you that thing also. And let me just paste the key. So again I'll go to my licenses tab, under admin I'll copy the document understanding key, and hopefully I have copied here also. Let me just, yeah, I think so, I have copy pasted here also. I'm going to click on configure extractors, and if you see, I have only in my taxonomy whatever I have defined, I can see the name, current address, so I just have to match it with the extracted one. So the name shown on the tax returns, this was, uh, if you see over here, the things I just have to match it against. These are the 5 fields which have been defined in the form CI. So I'll be current address, you would see it's current name, address, previous addresses, previous address shown, first social security is first social number, and if you see mobile number is mobile number here, since I defined it. And I'll click on the save. So now, and just I'll quickly put a validation station. So I'll just say present validation station, and here I'll just quickly pass the variables doc path, doc text, these are the extracted results from the data extraction scope. If you see from the above, the output variable was extraction results, like extracted results. These are the validation, so it's a human validation result. So I'll just name it as you can even give the extracted results here also, because it's of same data type, but let me just say verified. extracted results. So if you see, same data type, but I have just given it just to differentiate. And let's do one thing. Let's run uh, till here itself, and we'll debug in case we run into any issues. The process is still running. We would be presented with the validation station, so let's wait for it to appear. Oh, I think so there is some issue with my API key. Okay, I realized it. I have put double quotes. Let me just quickly fix it. Apologies. It'll take some time. So as you can see, I can see, if you see, it has correctly extracted the name, which is correct. It has extracted the current address. Yes, it has extracted the current address. I'll say yes. Has it extracted the previous address? Yeah, it has extracted 96 Paul. And first social number, yes, it has extracted 235888396. Yeah, correct. And let's see the mobile number, 986 9835674. So yeah, it's so actually all the information it is able to correctly extract. So as you can see here, as you must have seen how simple the forms AI have made our life. And it would automatically show you the correctly extracted fields. It would also get trained against the fields which you want to, like let's say in our case we defined a new field which is mobile number, then we corrected first social number. So these you can see how easy it is to train against these values in a form. I hope you would have liked the demo, and please to ask any question or queries. Thank you so much for your time.